Hey there, it's Chris Cashman, downtown Seattle. We're starting to smell a lot like gingerbread for good reason and benefiting a great cause. Best of all, this incredible display is free. All you have to pay is attention. I'll show and tell you all about it tonight on Evening.
I'm St. Brian, counting down my favorite movies of 2025. At least one should come as a complete surprise.
Get in the spirit by visiting these must-see Northwest holiday attractions. And one last toast to a legendary Lake City 5-star dive bar.
Thousands of pounds of gingerbread, more than 150,000 pieces of candy. You have my attention. Welcome to the show. We're at the Sheraton Grand here in Seattle, where a 31-year tradition continues. Just follow your nose. It's Gingerbread Village. Talk about small town living. This is Gingerbread Village at the Sheraton Grand here in Seattle. Toy Shop Time Machine is the theme. That's nostalgic toys to you and I.
It's amazing.
You are guaranteed to find your favorite toy here, whether it's Barbie, now available in a T1D model, by the way, or Mr. Potato Head, or Thomas the Train. 4 local architecture firms actually built many of these beauties. They worked with kids. It took more than 10,000 hours, more than 150,000 pieces of candy to bring this place to life. Since it started more than 3 decades ago, this Seattle tradition has raised more than $1 million to support Breakthrough T1D's mission to advance type 1 diabetes research. You can see it daily through January 1st. Admission is free. If you want to be as sweet as the Gingerbread Village itself, donations greatly appreciated. Gingerbread Village, the perfect place to celebrate the season as we wind down the year. And yes, there might be many parts of 2025 you'd like to forget, but it was a good year at the movies. Saint joins us with his top 5 films of the year. Hey, Saint.
While the biggest movies at the box office were all sequels, remakes, or franchise reboots, my favorite films were all very original, featuring all kinds of surprises and great performances. Here now are my top 5 favorite movies of 2025.
What the hell going on?
Oh, we heard tale of a party.
There are a lot of reasons Ryan Coogler's Sinners is probably the most talked about movie of the year. Michael B. Jordan in dual roles as twin brothers, the historic subtext, and of course a moving musical sequence that blasts through time. Sinners, at number 5, is now streaming on HBO Max.
I think you can probably leave a goal.
Would you like to tell me why you don't think I can?
At number 4, and also streaming on HBO Max, my favorite documentary of the year. Prime Minister follows New Zealand leader Jacinda Ardern through a tumultuous term as a young mother whose humanity in crises charmed so much of the world. That there are politicians of this caliber anywhere gives us all hope.
This is a true story that happened right here in my town. A lot of people die in a lot of really weird ways in this story, but you're not going to find it in the news.
No movie surprised me more than Weapons. Thanks to a trailer that gives nothing away, I had steeled myself for a creepy horror movie involving kids that have gone missing from Julie Garner's classroom. The less you know, the better. There is no way you'll be able to anticipate the twists and turns coming. Weapons, currently streaming on HBO Max, is my 3rd favorite movie of the year.
I have a purpose.
Okay. Let me ask you something. Do you make money at this little table tennis thing?
Not yet.
Do you have a job?
No.
How entertaining can a movie about a table tennis prodigy really be? Go in with that mindset and you just might come out as dazzled as I was. This is not your typical sports flick. Timothy Chalamet's Marty Mauser may come across as arrogant and unlikable at first, but chances are you'll be cheering for him by the end. My 2nd favorite movie of the year opens in theaters on Christmas Eve.
Me and Mom used to run around and do some real bad shit. They got hurt. Now they're coming after us.
My favorite movie of the year is One Battle After Another, a Paul Thomas Anderson film that unpredictably bounces from action to comedy to political thriller, while echoing many of the issues our country seems to be dealing with today. The final 20 minutes are guaranteed to have you glued to your seat.
Thank you. Hey, thank you, Sensei.
Thank you, Saint. One battle after another starts streaming on HBO Max Friday, and you can actually find Saint's top 10 favorite movies list over on our King 5 Evening website. Speaking of the holidays, did you know that Shelton, Washington actually calls itself the Christmas tree capital of the nation? And one of the ways they honor that title will simply amaze you. Jose has the story.
We're down here at the Christmas Maze on Coda Street in Shelton, Washington, which is historically known as Christmastown, USA. The city of Shelton allows us to use this amazing lot right here on Coda Street, which is just a beautiful location.
How serious the community of Shelton takes their annual Christmas tree maze celebration?
We went after the Guinness World Record for the most Christmas trees in one location.
And they won. That was 2019, but they didn't stop there.
Every year we are bigger. We have a lot of volunteers that maybe think bigger than they should. This one was designed by an architect and we haven't seen what it looks like yet.
If you wonder how this year's maze looks, here you have it.
It is really big and it's got a lot of dead ends.
What I really want to know is how many trees they have and what it takes to create this magical event.
We have about 900 trees in this maze. It takes about 2 days to put it up. It's all made possible by volunteers and community sponsors. It's completely driven by the Christmas spirit of Mason County. A lot of children built this maze, so there's a bunch of kids that can basically guide you through this maze, and they are amazing because they just scoot around.
Sure, these kids know their way, but I was wondering how long it will take me to find the exit.
Maybe here?
You can do it in about 3 minutes. If you don't know your way, you can get lost.
Well, I found a dead end, but at least I got a Santa.
It really depends on how good you are at navigating.
If you wonder how long I took to finish the maze, it was 30 seconds. Not true. 10 minutes.
We think this will be a tradition that carries on. It's really become a staple for families. It's become part of our Christmastown identity.
Thank you, Jose. Glad you made it out. This year's Christmas Tree Maze features Paul Bunyan and Babe the Blue Ox. It's all a part of the Festival of Furs honoring Mason County's heritage in timber.
Still to come on Evening, we put together a festive event list for you to plan out the rest of your holiday season. Plus, gardener Cisco Morris has an idea for bringing a bit of light to these darker days.
Wow! Local stories make a difference.
That's good.
With the power to enrich lives, strengthen communities, and make us smile. Evening is made possible by Primera Blue Cross. Primera Blue Cross, always in your corner.
Welcome back to Evening. I'm Chris Cashman. We are at the Sheraton Grand, where for the 31st year, Gingerbread Village is on now, and it is free. Come check it out. We know there are so many festivities happening this time of year. We put together a little cheat sheet. Here's our holiday event list. First up, the always delightful Woodland Park Zoo presents the annual Wild Lanterns Festival. These are dozens of larger-than-life lanterns depicting beloved animals. That runs from now until January 18th. Next, enjoy the Seattle Christmas Market during Winterfest at Seattle Center from now until December 24th. The Fisher Pavilion and South Fountain Lawn at Seattle Center is transformed into a European-inspired outdoor Christmas village and community marketplace. The Downtown Seattle Association is bringing back its beloved holiday ice skating rink in Occidental Square from now through December 21st. Lace up your skates, glide across a free ice rink, welcoming skaters of all ages and skill levels. Last but not least, Snowflake Lane on the east side. Experience the wonder of falling snow, dazzling lights, festive music, and more in this complimentary nightly parade of holiday floats. They've got hundreds of performers located right there in Bellevue, between Bellevue Square and Lincoln Square, every night at 7 o'clock. And if you go, make sure you look out for my Sugar Plum Fairy. My daughter Madeline is one of the dancers this year. It is so much fun and a wonderful way to brighten up the night. Speaking of which, don't look now, but we're less than a week away from the shortest, darkest day of the entire year. Not to worry, Master Gardener Cisco Morris is here with some ideas on how you can brighten up the darker days.
Hey, I'm Cisco Morris. I'm here at the Bellevue Botanical Garden, Garden's Delight. They've been doing this for 28 years, and when they first came up with this idea, no one else anywhere in the world were doing plants and animals out of strings of light. When you come here, one of the funnest things to do is try and figure out what these plants are. This is a delphinium. These are japonica. Don't tell anyone, but that's what I call anything when I don't know what it is. Okay, see if you can guess this one. Native to Washington, love shade, hummingbirds love them, and if I have the name right, I need some of these on my hand. Foxglove, oh la la. So do you recognize this plant with these big leaves and beautiful flowers? Most of us grow it because it's so beautiful in the shade, but the Japanese eat it. It's hosta. Wow, what a cool dragonfly. We're in the veggie garden. Look at these wonderful tomatoes. And I'll bet you know my favorite vegetable, the reason that I am so buff and good looking. Typical bunny, cute as can be, but it's eating my carrots. I hate these bunnies. This isn't corny, is it? Look at these grapes. I feel like I'm in Tuscany. Finally, one thing you don't want to miss is Snap the Dragon. I didn't know that Christmas lights could be so scary. Oh la la!
Bellevue's Garden Delights runs through December 31st. Admission is just $10. Kids 10 and under, it's free. Get out of the house, go enjoy yourself. Some fun in the wild. Speaking of which, sometimes the best way to unwind after a tough week is to put down your phone, put it away, gather with friends, and play a game.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Board games are just a way to get together, have fun.
Friday night at the 15% Board Game Cafe, and nobody is looking at their phones. Raised in the digital age, there are whole new generations craving something more authentic, true community.
Board games are a way for people to still have fun together instead of just communicating via technology and everything like that.
Sisters Hannah and Rebecca Waltman have always loved playing board games, but even they didn't expect to have a cafe full of people unplugging and connecting like this.
Okay, all right.
We've only been open for 3 months and we didn't think we'd get to this point until later. And so yeah, it's exciting.
1, 2.
A little overwhelming at times, but in a good way.
I'm stressing out.
The cafe offers its customers hundreds of games.
There is a board game for everyone. It doesn't have to be something long and difficult that takes like half a day to play. We have short games that take, some of them, only 10 seconds.
I'm always just excited to come here.
Even ordering a coffee can be a game.
3, caramel.
Letting the dice choose the flavors.
Come for the board game, stay for the community and the food and the drink because they're not half bad either.
If you're craving snacks and community, the 15% off Board Game Cafe is open every single day from 10 until 11 o'clock. All right, 'tis the season to spread some cheer, to do some good, to look out for our neighbors in need. Here's how you can help.
Home Team Harvest, with the help of Kitsap Credit Union, is raising $5 million during the biggest food drive in Washington state. And we're almost there. Kitsap Credit Union supports Western Washington food banks with generous donations.
Giving back in the community is just part of what we do as credit unions, and we're really proud to do a part of that. And it's just part of what we do in the community, giving back and trying to stomp out hunger here in Western Washington.
You can help by donating at any Kitsap Credit Union branch through the end of December. Together, we can make a difference.
We are awfully close to our goal of $5 million. Your donation could help get us there. All right, time now for a taste of a local product, a tasty tune, in fact, from Puyallup's very own Brandon Gorley and his band of merry men known as Timeshare. Here's just a taste of Eggnog, please.
Later on Evening, we share one last toast to a legendary bartender in Lake City.
Evening is sponsored by Kitsap Credit Union.
And welcome back to Evening. We are downtown Seattle. We're at the Sheraton Grand, home to Gingerbread Village, now in its 31st year. And speaking of ginger and spice and everything nice, the Shanty in Lake City, it's an icon and sadly about to close its doors forever. But before it does, Jose takes us to this legendary 5-star dive bar and rubs elbows with the legendary owner.
It's normally pretty quiet on 9002 Lake City Way, but on Fridays a familiar face arrives and people start showing up.
It's only Friday, but it's another welcoming day.
It's a Friday tradition that has lasted for many decades.
The Shanty Tavern, a great place to come to.
If you meet bartender John, you would know exactly why.
And my family means my customers, their family. I have my home and I have my Shanty bar.
My father, John, owns the place. As a kid growing up, it was our playground. Every moment with him is precious.
The bar's got lots of character because of the person behind the bar is a character. That's unique. Just the hospitality is genuine.
When was the last time you had a bartender that was 94 years old? The love that John has for this tavern goes way back. He got this place in 1961, and decades after decades, the connection never fade away.
Why you like this place so much?
It's something about people, talking with people, serving people.
The drink menu, it's simple here. No hard liquor for sale.
But you're welcome to have beer and wine. If you need a glass of water, it's free.
As you see, it's more than having a drink or two. It's about having a good time.
And if you think it's fun at daytime, wait for nighttime, because that's where the party starts. Tell me about the music. I've seen some photos of you on stage.
I have sang with the band on occasion. I've even danced with a customer on the floor. When I come here, of course, you know, turn on the heat.
As the music keep playing, the crowds keep arriving, and John, well, keep turning the heat up, it's very clear why this tavern is a magical place. So cheers to John for all the good memories.
Thank you, Jose. After all of these magical years, John has decided he is hanging it up officially. Friday, December 19th is his last day. We wish him well. Of course, it is the season to be giving and charitable, and Washingtonians have come together through Home Team Harvest to provide food access across our state year after year. And one of our Home Team Harvest sponsors just had another big event benefiting the community in another big way. The third annual Giving Hope Gala put on by the Puyallup Tribe of Indians at the Emerald Queen Casino Event Center in Tacoma just happened over the weekend. This fun and important night raised money to support patients of the Salish Cancer Center as well as their families and caregivers. Last year, the Giving Hope Gala raised $676,000, and this year the goal is $1 million. The black tie event raises funds needed to ease the financial burden for so many. The Cancer Center is open to all cancer patients in the community, and the Puyallup Tribe of Indians would like to thank those of you who participated in the third annual Giving Hope Gala.
Up next, a holiday classic from a Seattle original, Pike Place Market.
Evening is sponsored by Puyallup Tribe of Indians.
Now in our 40th season, Evening shares local stories that make our community shine. Evening is sponsored by Pemco Insurance. Pemco empowers the Northwest to prevent the preventable. Learn how at pemco.com.
And welcome back to the show, Gingerbread edition today. Thank you to my unofficial co-host, Breakthrough Type 1 Diabetes Barbie. What a cool addition here to Gingerbread Village, celebrating its 31st year here at the Sheraton Grand. And we send you off now with some holiday tunes. In fact, I'm told he's on the Pike Place Market leg of his world tour. It's busker Bob Goldstick. We'll see you.